Cool. Let's see where we are. The Altium doesn't show so nicely there. Let's share my screen. Yeah, it looks cool. I can do it like this as well. How's everyone doing? Comments are on. Great. Just let me know the sound, guys, the speakers, the music, the everything. I want to take off my name here. No, it doesn't matter. You guys can see on the top left what to do to join the live stream if you have questions. Otherwise, I'll just start working on some of my projects I'm busy with. Normally, Kerry's here to tell me if the sound is right and stuff, but she's out at the moment, fetching her passport. I'm finally on holiday, a lockdown holiday. Cool. File new sheet. Today I'm going to add some extra features to a coaster design we're making with LEDs. I want to add some Bluetooth functionality to it as well. So that's the idea. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. There we go. So I'm going to do an ESP32. Hey, how you doing? Great. Thanks, man. Marobiro. I hope I said it right. How you doing? Please just shout if there's any questions. So I had this design of a coaster, but it used a normal 80 mega 32p chip. It's a bit slow. So it's like this with the LEDs at the bottom. So I've just got a normal microcontroller to switch on the LEDs. I want to upgrade it to an ESP32 so we can make an app that I can change the colors and things like that. I actually made this already, so it's actually in my hand. You can see it actually comes up quite nicely. So the idea is I tap it and the lights come on. There's a capacitive touch sensor. So what I want to do now is just upgrade it to a ESP32. But again, guys, I'll stop. Hey, Achesh. So if you guys have questions and stuff, or you've got KiCad install, Altium install, want to join me online, just on Discord, there's a link. Just click on it. You can open KiCad and I'll help you one-on-one. Something's broken, yeah. Don't tell Kerry. Great. So yeah, I'm just going to add an ESP32 while we wait if there's any questions. So ESP32, if you guys don't know, it's just a very nice module with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all that stuff. ESP deadboard. I normally use an ESP room. I just want to get the circuit schematic. I normally just take a dev board and just look at the schematic to save time and to make sure I don't make anything wrong. So I've got the schematic for KiCad. I just want to show you guys how I normally, a new dev board comes out, a new IC, how do I make a schematic for it? I know Adafruit has a nice one. As a show. So here they give you the chip I'm going to use, the ESP32, and they give you the schematic. So to be safe, I normally just look at this. It's a bit small now. What's happening here? It's supposed to be what? 156. Anyway, strange. So I'm going to use that schematic. So it's just on the right hand side here with you guys chat. So how's everyone doing? I know it's Friday. So I'm going to make it such a way like I did with all these. So you can see all these are separate sheets. So I want to make it as a building block where I can just make a big page like this and show how everything's connected. That is the idea. So let's do this. It's why. Please stop me if there's any questions. I'll try to speak as I go. But the stream is based to help guys with questions. So I'm just doing this on the sideline until someone wants to pop on stream where I can help them one-on-one. I was going to do this anyway today, so might as well do it now. You guys can see if there's questions. So I got this component from the library of Altium, but someone made this component so it's off grid. So you can see that line's not matching with my grid. So when I place a wire, you get this small clicks. So I can make the grid smaller. It's not ideal. You can see the grid at the bottom left here. So I just push G and the grid will change. Yeah, it's not nice. Hey, Roo. Thanks, man. How are you doing? Yeah, I just want to help you guys. Everyone's help with PC design. So like I said, this is just me now hobbying. So if there's anyone who wants to pop online, wants to have a chat on our Discord channel, the link is there. Just click on it. You'll pop up. You'll be on a waiting list on this app somewhere. I wonder if someone else made a better footprint. So I can't complain too much because someone spent their time making this for me. So looks the same. See, So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create ports just so that I can take this sheet and take it to the top level. So this is my top level. And you can see these are all ports. So I'm making a building block like this. So I've got a building block for my microcontroller. I've got a building block for my LEDs, a building block for my touch sensor. Now I'm going to design a building block for my ESP32. Thanks, man. No problem. I'll send the link. So if you guys click on this link, you can get on the waiting list. And if you have Altium or KiCad questions, and then we can see how it goes. It sends it everything. Great. Come on. Sometimes it's quite boring stuff you have to do to make some nice schematics, but it has to be done. As when you make components, try to keep it to the grid. I should maybe make my own. But KiCad also open if there's KiCad questions, things like that. So now I'll just say play sport. So this is the same for all PCB design. KiCad's the same. It's called a port in KiCad as well. So this is like global variables to tell my program that I want to leave this sheet. I want to leave the sheet to the next sheet, as you can see here. So I leave a sheet, I go into the next sheet. Hey, Eagle, how's it going? Come on, there we go. That's cool. I'm good. I'm good. First day of holiday, so off for 2 weeks. So it's good. Can't complain. CP2 104. So to program the ESP32, you normally need USB to UART converter. So you can use a USB to program it. Come on, that's not right. So how long are you off for? That's pretty cool. Since Monday. Monday. You got any plans to go away or anything? Yeah, the Monday. I also go back with the 4th of Jan. Come on. Oh, it was right. It just looked so much similar to this. Okay. Let's just do this. Let's add some structure. Baseline. No, drawing tool. J and E? What's J and E? Cheney. Yeah, we were supposed to go. Anyway, that's life. Cheney. No, you trade, aren't you? I just don't know what Cheney was. Trade or Nick? I don't know. Because Nick is also going to Emma and John. Yeah, we're planning to go for Emma's birthday. I don't know, man. It's just this quarantine thing. And our Prime Minister's not too happy with us going all over the place at the moment. He's shouting at us. He is not a happy chappy with us. So what I'm adding now is just some transistors because the ESP32 has a boot and enable mode somewhere. So enable, so you have to toggle it a certain way to be able to program the ESP32. So sometimes you buy the dev boards and you have to click enable boot. So we'll do this automatically with transistors because the CP203 has this these lines DTR suspense. So that will go to my transistors, toggle it so the ESP32 knows it has to be able to be programmed. J Emma. How does John feel about that? His name is just disappearing. I like how it makes it jump. Well, I should just call him John E. And then he can keep his name and have Emma's initials. So what happens is these lines are pushing on buttons, man. So these lines will join my, I am lying to you, this line. I'm not lying to you. Base net, so there's a net level. Gemma, I was thinking J Emma. Anyway. There's not one of the two. Yeah, I don't know who's online, but yeah, we made those coasters, the LED coasters for Christmas. So I'm just updating to have Bluetooth. The drone I'm going to start building this weekend. That's finished. The macro keyboard I ordered, so waiting for that. But these are the coasters that we made. So if you touch it, the LEDs come on at the bottom here. Capacitive touch sensors and things like that. So I want to add some Bluetooth feature now, so I can make an app for it to change the colors, because currently it's just color sweeping. It was actually Sonia's idea, so she wanted a coaster with LEDs for Christmas, so we made it. TTR. So you guys can see somewhere is DTR, has to be right. There's my RTS. So this strip is quite clever. It will get a USB inside. It knows how to toggle these bits to tell my ESP32 to program it. So there's a specific sequence that my DTR and RTS has to be. Hope that makes sense. Oh, there's my DTR. I was about to say it somewhere. I see Australia's all out. All out. So PlaceNet. Don't be afraid to ask questions if I'm going too fast. My GPI is normally pin 0, not? Yes, that's what I remember. So we're not going to use this. These are programmer pins. No, we're good. We really can't complain. We're very fortunate to be in the Netherlands. They're a little bit crazy, but they're handling it quite well. We work in the high-tech industry, so we're not too infected because we do all our work on computers. It's not nice not being able to go anywhere, right? So we can't see friends or families or stuff. I think it's the first Christmas not seeing any family in our whole life, so it's a bit strange. But it's not been bad. It's been long, since March, so you get used to it. And you yourself, are you enjoying your new life there in the UK? I'm kind of just glad I'm not in South Africa, man. It's rough there. So I can really not complain. I can only help. Where's my reset? My reset enables my resets, I think. Yes. Yeah. Copy this. Rather copy, guys. It's safer. The spelling is very important with nets as well. No one wants to join me on stream, get help with the design you guys are doing, or start the design or anything. NC is for not connected. Anyone's wondering. Should be able. Sorry, and you always need some decoupling capacitors. Place spot. Let's say. That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's I was actually telling Karen the same thing the other day. It's a bit like if you had a great year this year, you kind of don't want to always say it because it's been a hectic year. But I understand because this year has really not been bad for us. It gave us time to do this. This channel is enjoying it, so met a lot of people. Discord's growing quite nicely, having nice chats there. Yeah, so it's just friends and family. Yeah. How close are you to John and Emma? Just want to see the footprint because after hand soldered the stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we're just fortunate to be in the first world country, to be honest with you. If you look in the rest of the world, it's a bit crazy. That's why I just, I want to solder. I need a nice footprint. There we go. That's nice. So I like to make it a bit bigger because after hand soldered. So I'm going to make sure that I copy this capacitor through everywhere now. And I'll just write it down what I want. So 10 microfarads. Wimbledon. I want to go watch tennis. That's on my bucket list. I normally just make my decoupling capacitors like 100 microfarad, and with the 10 microfarad to 100 nanofarad. Guys, if I use terms that you're not sure what they are, just let me know. So we've got a power. So we've got our power from here. So we've got a voltage regulator. As you can see, I've got an input. It goes out. So I need the same here. So I need a port. PR. It just keeps the voltage stable. So make sure I've got constant voltage 3v3 all the time. Yeah, when you're going to make some PCBs. It's really easy, man. I'm saying cool. I've got input. It's going to go to my 3x3. Guys, so this is just basic PCB design principles. Eagle, KiCad, all of them will have this port, off sheet, on sheet. Concept stays exactly the same. So I'm just saying, cool, from the outside world, I need some power, I need some ground. So I'm going to take my power from here, it goes out, it's going to get in here, and then power this bad boy. Power. So this is going to replace this. So reset always has a pull up. Stop pushing wrong buttons. This guy. I used to work on my laptop. So we always have a pull up and then a capacity count. Just take a resistor from another place. I can actually just bring this line straight to that line. It will be exactly the same because it's connected. I just prefer to do it like this. It's just a preference. No reason. If you want to join. Oh yeah, I can do this. Boom. I forgot I can do this. Technology. So you reset always as a pull up to 3 volts 3, and you just keep this capacitor to ground to make that line stable again. To make sure that it's nice and smooth. Which do we use for D in here? PD3. So now I'm just going to choose one for, no. So we just change the names here. I2 input output, so it's bidirectional. So it takes a bit longer to do it like this, but once you do it like this, you can take this schematic and use it on all your projects you want to use. You never have to do this ever again. You can just take it as is because I'm making it global and just keep using it. So it seems a bit boring and overkill, but do this and make them all bidirectional. Yeah. So you can see it points both ways, in and out. 262. That's it. I think that's the only IOs we're going to use. TX and RX is not that important, but we are creating a generic one. So you never know when you want to use it in the future. So we bring it out. Copy paste. So RX is receiving, so that's an input. TX is transmitting, so that's an output. And you see it should change direction. Why not changing? There we go. But I said it's supposed to show the other way. RX X place text. We got this now. So this is where my USB is going to go, place net. These are differential signals, P plus, minus. So I must add a USB as well. USB micro B. I'm not going to overdo it now with C and things like that. I want to keep it all SMD because otherwise I'll have some holes on top and I don't really want holes. So I'll take this. And I've got lots of these in stock. Just thinking, I'm going to solder this. It's not really a nice hand solder. I'll reflow in it. Oh, it's fine. All is good. All is good. All is good. So again, I can connect these lines directly there. Exactly the same as I'm doing like this. I just like to distinguish between everything. But I'm going to swap this around because I don't like that. So the common practice is your voltage always goes up and your ground always goes down. That's just a standard that's kept in the world. So everyone, don't know what the reason is, but it's done like that. So that's fine. Normally you can ground the shield. I don't do it because I hand solder it. And then the V bus is quite close to one of these. And then if I solder badly, I can create a short. So it gives me the freedom to be a bad solderer. If that makes sense. So I normally just leave the shield open that I can, it's easier to make mistakes for me. Just for hand soldering purposes. So when is someone going to join me on the stream? I can help you guys. Or you can help me, who knows. Really want to help someone who's new at this design, who just wants to start doing some PCB designs. So there's our USB. So we need some power, the ground, all the common things. What is going on here? There we go. And this. And I can actually do this because every IC and things need some decoupling capacitors, things like that. I just put it here because then I know that these capacitors should be with this. If that makes sense. Starting from there, we need some ground. That's all we need. No, it's not. We program our 3R. So here we have to be careful. That's RX. Let's be here. TX. Important, I'll check out why. So what I normally do is create a mess besides that. Now go TX USB. It's important because one transmits, so if one transmits, the other one needs to receive. So the TX actually goes to the RX and the RX goes to the TX. Sometimes it's not like that. And be nice. But I'm not sure why it's doing that. Strange. And then I normally just put some resistors in between. Something's horribly wrong with the grid. Let's just go to the side. This here, so I do this for two reasons. Because we have the net names. Separate net names to try to keep track of what there is. So you can't have two net names directly linked to each other. So you would other resistor have that net name connected to that net name. And I also do it in case I make a mistake and TX and RX actually needs to be swapped around, which can happen. I've made the mistake before. Then I can just unpopulate this and just bridge it. So I always design assuming I will make a mistake. It's not connecting. Yeah, so it's connected there. Oh, I always just move it in case. See, that's not connected. Hey, Patrick, how are you doing? Let's annotate something. There, now R1. So TX goes to TX, which actually goes to RX of the ESP. So I transmit to the receiver, and I receive from a transmitter. So that is about it. Just want to see what else we're missing to make this a generic thing that we can keep on using. Let's just put this in the USB. So we need our voltage in, we need our ground in. We've got all our IO pins coming out. What else? Hey, Patrick. Yes, so I was fortunate enough that Altium actually gave me a license so that I can do this type of stuff and show people about it and stuff. So they gave me a year license. So that's why I do KiCad and Altium. Yeah, I didn't pay for it myself, so I have to be honest. It's a bit expensive. So if you're a student, you can get a free trial, of course, for 6 months. And then it's also way cheaper for for students. But it's my favorite software, I can't lie. I used it for 5 years at a company, and I guess I just like it. I got used to it. I guess you always like things you get used to it. So I can't judge compared to Eagle and things like that. I never use it. What do you mean by May right? May right. But so every day this holiday, I'll do 1 day Altium and then next day KiCad. But you guys can come on anytime and I'll do both. I'm specific on your question. But project I'm busy with, I'll live stream both. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, they just sent me a message on Instagram one day. It's like, do you want a license? I'm like, yes, please. Welcome back. Oh, I can write if you want, yes. I assume you heard me now? Welcome back. No, I'm not doing NFC. I'm just updating the coaster we had. So we had this coaster we made. We pushed capacitor touch and the battery just died. And then LEDs pop up. So this stream, I just want to start helping people, but no one has come on yet. So I'm just doing my hobby stuff. Yeah, so there you can see it lights up. And then you can interchange the top. So this one says like EVV bloggers only give negative feedback. So I want to add some Bluetooth feature to this. So I'm taking this design and putting ESP32 on. But again, guys, I did send the link in the description is Discord. You can go to Discord, get the link there. But in the chat, I also send a link where you can join me live on stream. So if you have KiCad open, busy with the project, just shout. Really want to help beginners, maybe electronic students who's never done PCB design. Just thinking we have everything now. I think that's it. We actually just need one pin for the LED. So what I'm going to do is, this used to be my microcontroller. I use it because it's cheap. And it's wanted a simple version 1 just to see the concept. Now the concept's working quite nicely. Yeah, I really enjoy these coasters. I've been making a lot. So I need to remove this. You can see it will go outside my source. And here you can see I used it here, 80 mega, delete that, boom. And I just go like this, move it into my source documents. Now it's there, but it's not in my big sheet. So to do that, I say place sheet. And I say, please make a sheet from the ESP32. And now I just have to add all my stuff. Highlight everything. So now I've got everything here. So we just made another sheet. Let's just delete that. Neaten this up a bit. Where's 3? So you can move this depending how you see it. So the ESP32 needs 3 volts. We'll give it 3 volts. So I have no IO3. So if we go to ESP32, you can see there's no IO3, so it makes sense. Then I just try to make it as logical as possible. So I won't use all these IOs, but I'll make it available so that I can use it in the future again. So this sheet, I will never have to redraw again. What? Can't I move all of them? You can do it. Why not? You think it's too much? No, I'm sure you can do it. 24 is not that much. I think the dielectric between the PCBs can handle up to kilovolts. It's just about your copper thickness, but you mean the plane. So you want a signal layer, 24 volts, ground, signal layer. Yeah, there's no problem. I can't see any problem with that. Yeah, so no, 24 is fine. Good for EMC, MI. 24, 24. Do I have a 24? Do I have 24? 24, 24, 24. No, I've got a 25. Just neatening it up. Let's just line this up. I'm not going to write code today. We already have code for this. So the code's already on here. It's not charging. Boop, boop, boop. It's very simple code. So it's basically just the sensor, the capacitance touch sensor. And when I sense this, I change the state of my LEDs. Really, but now with the Bluetooth, we want the app so you can change the way the LEDs change. That's the idea. Thanks, man. Thanks for popping by. So you can see my touch sensor, when I touch it, it gives an output. It will go to my controller input. It will output to my LEDs and switch my LEDs on. So it's very easy, very simple. Projects don't have to be complicated to be fun. Patrick, you mean as professional or as a hobbyist? That's different, right? As a professional, I do not write code, no. As a hobby, I do code, but not efficient like professionals, if that's your question. So Kerry does do most of the coding. She's way better than me. So when things get tough with programming, I'll just do the proof of concept and then she'll make sure it's actually proper. What protection circuit do you want? So in my LEDs, I normally have, so I've got this resistor here to protect my LEDs. But besides that, no, I never needed to protect it. It's not really that inrush or everything. What, these two, how do you want to protect it? And then my touch sensor, yeah, everything's here. Smart. I've got some decoupling capacitors. You want to protect the resistor, or what do you mean? Like you want overvoltage protection, reverse polarity protection with a Xena? No, I've got, so the USB goes to my 3V3. Actually, my USB charges my battery. My battery regulates to give me 3V3, and then my 3V3 goes to my ESP32. So it's not really direct. There's a lot of steps in between. Being a hobbyist as professionals. Oh yeah, we do program, but it's literally just, for me, it's just getting a proof of concept. So let's say there's LEDs, can I switch LEDs on? The drone, do I move the motors, PID loop? But don't ask me to do object-oriented programming and make sure that you can use it for many years. I program just to get it working, to be honest with you. If we want stuff, what do you mean? If we want stuff properly done, I'll ask Gary to program. I've only worked with dev boards, going to design a custom board with chips, so I wanted to know if I had any checks. No, so if you work with a dev board, you can actually look at the schematic of a dev board and then use that as a reference. I don't see the reason why you have to try to be a hero and try to make it from all fundamentals. They've made the board, they've made the chip, they understand how it's supposed to work. So just look at their schematic. They do it for a reason. What are you going to make? What board are you going to make? Just let me know if you need help, eh? That's why I'm here. Hey, Ranesh. Nice, man. Yeah, I wanted to ask you though, but I was looking in Discord. What did you program it with? So what was the idea behind it? Because it's a bit different than the controller we made, right? Because the controller we made was the controls the motor. It's got the brains on it. What was the board you made for? Because you had the picture that moved as well. But did you program that, or was it a specific protocol just speaking something? I'm going to do a global deletion. Global delete. Global deletion is another thing. Let's just file. Yeah, but I'm still a bit confused. What was the purpose of it? So it was only signals to this other device to communicate with. What is the purpose of the board you made? Come on, delete, man. Oh. Strange. Okay, but it's a flight controller. But the flight controller, what did you use to program it? Because is it just bootloaders and software you get to put on there? So you just made the hardware, or do you program the flight controller yourself with the PID, all that stuff? So it's because you had the picture on your computer that, so did you write that software? That's what I mean. Because that's pretty impressive. Guys, yeah, so Ranesh is busy. He's quite a professional drone flyer, and he speaks a lot on our Discord. And he just showed one of his designs he's busy with. If you guys want to check that out, just join our Discord. I don't know what I'm doing now. I'm just deleting stuff. Will there be any potential is mounting components on both surfaces on the board? I want the board as small as possible too. So No, potential issues. Maybe are you gonna solve it yourself? Then you might just need something to keep an air to solder. But issue-wise, no, there's no issues. Just make sure your components aren't on top of each other. There's absolutely no issues. And wires. I see Chris joined us. No, there's no issue. So just make sure your wires are correctly. Try not to cut too many ground planes. When you do a copper pour on top, I normally do a copper pour on top, copper pour at bottom. Just make sure that it's, don't cut it in different pieces. Yeah, but how did you program it? That's what I mean. So did you program it yourself to get the drone moving on the screen, or is it a commercial thing you uploaded to the hardware that you designed? Hey, I said, how are you doing? I saw Chris just try to pop in. Okay. So you can use AltiSpice or MicroCap. So I don't know if you know it. So I like MicroCap. I had an old colleague that showed me about it. But AltiSpice is very common, free. If we're talking about free stuff. So MicroCap just brought out also free this year. So it's nice libraries and stuff. So yeah, MicroCap or AltiSpice. Yeah, that's what I thought. Micro is also free. So I like MicroCap. But I haven't used it in a while though. I guess I've used these circuits so many times. I'm copying and pasting a lot of my circuits all over the place to make products, not products, make designs. So I know it kind of works. My flight controller works on open source firmware like Betaflight. Okay, understand. That's what I was wondering. But I'm glad it's working, man. And then the motor controller, you just send signals to your electronic speed controller thingy. Yeah, I'm going to try to build that drone this weekend. It's tomorrow. Thanks for organizing the motors, man. I really appreciate it. Now if I go design update. So who's going to be the first person to join me on stream? Let's update this. I don't want manual, man. Automatic. Too lazy. Now you're going to see it's going to remove some stuff because I changed stuff. It's going to add. I don't like rooms. All ticks. So can I do that beta flight? But I've got my drone that we built together. It's got the ESP32. It's got USB. Can I not, to test it, use that? Or do I have to write my own code? So I'm going to sit and write my own code and do PID, take the NPU 650 and check what's happening. But it'd be nice to get something two different ways. So if I take a commercial firmware, yeah, yours is SMT32, but can't I use the GitHub, the code on an ESP32 or not? I'll have to do some research. Can I show how to make a board outline in Altium? Yes. So it's all about the layers. I've got too many layers here. I'll show you now, Yasser. If I say names incorrectly, sorry guys. No man. So let me just start a new project. New PCB. So at the bottom here, you should see bottom overlay top paste. Push L. If you push L, layers will pop up. And then you can go mechanical layer. Normally they'll have it on here, but you can just go add mechanical layer, a layer type, board, and I'll say board outline. And then layer number will just be where it pops up on this. So then I push OK, and at the bottom here you should see board outline, I hope. Yeah, there. So I always make it, let's change the color. So L for layers. I want to make it yellow. My board line is always yellow. So there we go. And now you can just go, so I always put my origin on the bottom here. So to do that, I'd say edit, origin set, and I'll pop it there. And I can go, make sure your board outline is highlighted, push place line. You can push JO to jump to origin, and I can click on it, just make it anything. And I want to make it, I don't like moles. So to get away from moles, I can click on it, push Q, and it'll become millimeters at the bottom here. You guys can see. Let me just hide this. There's millimeters at the bottom here. So then I can go make it width, length is 100. And now I just have to JO, a square, 100 by 100. Now I can click on a line and push tab, and it will highlight everything touching it. Now I can go tools, design, highlight to board shape, define from selected objects, and that will be your board. If you push 3, your board will be like this. So you have to make sure you have a layer at the bottom, board layer, as part of mechanical layers, place lines, highlight all the lines, and define it by saying design, board shape, define from objects. I hope that helped. Yeah, I missed some chats here. Yes, here, did that help? I'm going to try Ranesh, I'm going to try this weekend with Betterflight. I just want to see if it actually works. I'm still going to program my own PID loop because I think it's quite a nice challenge. Let me know how it goes. Hey, Ravindra, how are you doing? Can you explain all layers? Oof. Okay. So if I push L, so you get your top layer and bottom layer. That's the track layers. So if I go here, I push PT place track, you can see the red. The bottom, it's literally what it says. So it's different tracks running from bottom to top. So if I go 3D, you can see I've got one at the top, one at the bottom. Then you get your board outline we just spoke about. Your overlay is your images on the board. So place text. Make sure you click on it. Place text. I'm saying place track, it should be place text, which is string. So if we go hello, now this is the yellow you will see on the PCB, or the white, should I say. So your designators, images, things like that. I wonder if I can show you guys. So all this white stuff, that's all silk, called top overlay. What else? Solder mask opening. When you have a component, So you can see the bottom copper, that's physical copper. And then you have your, I don't know why I have so many mechanical layers here. So you can use layers for other stuff as well, but I just want to talk about generic stuff that all the PCBs will have. So the top overlay, bottom overlay is just silk on top and bottom. And then you get your top solder. Why not showing? Because I'm at the bottom. So the solder is, when you order a stencil, it will tell the manufacturer how big the stencil will be, because that's why they have their solder paste. We don't really use that. That's the paste. And your solder mask is your solder mask opening. So if I've got a component, the solder is your stencil, how big they should open it for their spot. What am I doing? I'm looking for the solder mask openings. The mask. Can I highlight it? No, it's frozen. I'll hide these layers later. Don't know why it's like this. Wonder where my... Strange. So it should be like this. We've got the paste and solder. I just need to get a component on here. Yes. So there's my paste. You can see it is a bit smaller than my opening. So the bottom solder is literally the opening of the... You can see the copper through there. That's the copper, which is the top layer, or actually the bottom layer. And then you got your solder mask opening is the gap here you see, where they open the board so you can see the copper. And then your paste is the stencil manufacturer will look at this and say, okay, I need to make the stencil that big. So when they do that squeegee thing, that's the amount of paste on the pins. Hope that helps. I see Ranesh is here. I'll bring you on, Lana. I just want to see. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining. Hey, Maverick. No, these are all added, eh? So I don't know why I did it. They're not supposed to be so many. You can use it for different things, for tips, tricks. There was a lot of filtering going on in Java data example. Yeah, we should have a podcast. I don't know if this is the place for it. Yeah, I can bring you on. I think you're on now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, let me just stop the music. Yes, man. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Good, man.
Yeah, so my whole motive was to first I was in 8th standard, so I was into helicopters, like basic stuff, just a hobby. So at that time, I was just into basic electronics. I used to just I opened up, I took a bad phone and just opened it up and tried to charge its battery. Okay.
Yeah.
Then so started from that. I was in 8th standard in that time. Then after 10th, I got into the hostel. Then everything just stopped. After that, when I got into engineering college, So first year, like my first year was just a basic casual thing. In the second year, I met a guy who was into drones.
Oh, okay.
So he was in Indian Drone Racing League.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
India, there is Indian Drone Racing League. So
Yes.
he introduced me to that. So and I have been into this Indian Drone Racing League for a year now. So what happened is we used to buy parts from China.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
Yeah, like the rest
and
of the
like
world, yeah.
yeah. So you in the race day we used to take like for two or three drones with us, because like if you crash your drone and something happens with that, so you have to
Yeah,
like immediately just change it and just go to the race,
yeah.
because like there's no pit time there. So
Okay.
like we were like I like till now I think I have used all of the flight controllers which are available in the market in the world. I have literally a
Wow.
box inside in my home, like just
Yeah,
they are just dead flight controllers in that, just like
wow.
something is burned. Okay, so
Yeah,
then after that, I asked him like, dude, can't we make a flight controller? He's like, oh, sure we can, but like who can? Like we don't know anything, because like we were
yes,
just
yes, yes,
just
yes,
in
yes.
second years, yeah.
Yeah,
So that was my challenge. That was a challenge. Like I took, I was in fourth semester at that time.
yes.
So after that, I saw that they have a microchip. Okay, at that time I
Yeah,
didn't know like how to make an Arduino board. At that time, this was
yes,
1 year
yes, yes.
back. So I first tried to make an Arduino board by myself.
Yeah,
Try to understand like how does it work, how does it like we need to know that how does its spin functions. Okay,
yeah.
so I understood that. Then I got into ST microelectronics,
Yes,
because
yes.
like even like taking a industrial drone into consideration, I
Yeah.
noticed that all of them are using ST microelectronics chip, all of them.
Okay.
And they also have their reference designs on their sites.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this might be very simple to design, but the most irritating part is to program it, because when you're programming it, like
Mm-hmm.
for designing the board, it's like very similar to an Arduino, but when you are programming it, you have to define pins, like which pin will function
Yeah, yeah, but that's
like with what.
normal C code. Arduino has made us
Yeah,
lazy.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, last night like, I was having that issue. Like I was like, well, how am I gonna make the targets for that particular chip, and then you have to compile that to make a hex.
Yes, yes, yes.
Then you flash that hex. I'm like, okay, I have never done programming. I'm like pure hardware guy. How I'm gonna
Yeah.
do it? So so what I heard that Betaflight has a unified target system. So basically they have what do you say, a firmware for particular
Yes.
microcontrollers. So I flashed it.
Four drones.
Yeah, for no, no, yeah, for drones you can even flash it. Like you have a microcontroller. If the
Yeah.
microcontroller is on their unified target list, you
Yeah.
can take the firmware and flash it. By that, you can at least open the configurator. If
So
you
it's
flash it on the microcontroller, you will be able to do programming on the Betaflight CLI. It has a CLI also.
it's like just putting an Arduino bootloader, and so you can use their protocols, their stuff.
Yeah. It's like that. And this I love my ST microelectronics chips, because like they have a function like you directly connect it to USB, and it
Yeah.
just works like that. It just works like that.
Okay. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to do it for the ESP32.
So yeah, like I asked him also that why are we using ESP30, because like it can obviously like it can easily run Betaflight. It can easily run Betaflight. So what he said is like first of all, how are you gonna uh, join three SPI peripherals into that SPI? I think like it has only one SPI, I guess,
Yeah.
one SPI port. Yeah, can't we do like we can connect multiple peripherals on the Mosi Miso and do GPIO chip select? Is that possible?
Yeah. That's SPI works, right? You can have more than one
Yeah,
line on SPI. Yeah.
Yeah. So if we
Like
I was thinking
ISPT,
about that. So yeah, so if we do that, I think we can run Betaflight, but we need to ask the developers if how should we proceed with that.
yeah. Send me the links on Discord about Betaflight and the firmware and stuff.
Just search it on Google. Just search it on Google. It's very popular.
Is it?
It's like it's well known firmware.
Yeah, ESP32 done. Yeah, there's stuff here about 32,
Yeah.
so we should be fine. There's some stuff here. Okay, that's awesome. I'm going to try that this weekend then, because I was going to do my PID, everything. So the PID controller, everything's, yeah. So I don't need to redo the PID loop. Or what?
No. Yeah, you can't. But why I was talking about to hook up the gyro in SPI because hey, can you tell me what is the sampling rate of your gyro in the ESP32 board?
I don't even know yet, man. I haven't even started. I just turned on the motor the other day. I have no idea.
So let's just start from the scratch. Just let it just try to fly it.
Yeah.
And when it flies, we are done with that. Then we will move on to the complicated stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Because in our drones, they are running a lot of filters. Betaflight is so advanced. I was blown with that. Yeah.
No, for now the goal is to make it fly.
Yeah. So now we should just to make it fly.
Yeah.
And it's live. We can move to the complicated, but make it autonomous and etc. We can even I guess we can even join it with the GPS or something. We can do that.
Yeah. It's the second version. This version only has a controller and a accelerometer and a motor control. That's all. So we'll see.
Yeah.
That's cool. But you must take a video did you take a video of the flight or not?
Okay, so about the flight, what happened today? I have a DVR. The board has an on-screen display also. Okay, on-screen display. So that chip, what it does is it takes the analog video from the camera, and and the chip is connected with the microcontroller. So the microcontroller tells the chip to add elements on the video, like my battery voltage, my RSSI. You know RSSI? Yeah. So RSSI and my name, you can even put your name and lot of stuff the RPM of the motor and how the loop time of your PID, etc. So it does that. So I have that also on the board. So I can show you the DVR.
Okay.
I have the recording of that. But the recording is not it's an analog video, so it won't be that clear. But it is flyable. I fly with that only.
You must share it on the
Discord. It's like a cockpit.
Channel,
Yeah, 8 MB limit. There's an 8 MB limit on the Discord.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that today.
I wonder if it's our channel or is it just this?
Yeah, but the people, but on the first flight, on the first I tried to just go slow and easy. Then on the second pack, after the first battery, the second battery, I just started banging it here and there. So people are going crazy. What is happening? It makes a lot of noise. You can hear it clearly. If you are standing 200 meters away from it, then also you can hear it easily.
Okay, that sounds exciting.
I was just trying to. I wrote to do some kind of error or something.
Yeah.
So, but it didn't. So basically, my design is working now. So
that's great.
I will just so I will just make a final version of PCB right now, because you saw the patch wires.
Yeah, I saw the patchwork. But it's fine, man. My board also has patchworks. Underneath here, I've got some wires and stuff. It's normal. First time writing.
Yeah, but I was trying to find if someone has done it in India yet or not. But, I have posted in some web expos which are happening right now. I have posted there, and I have also posted in many communities. No one has came up yet. So I was people are also saying you are the first who tried that, who tried and just succeeded in the first time.
Are you gonna?
I'm okay. Yeah. So basically, I now before what you needed to do, if you are making a autonomous build. you will use big motors and big propellers. So so for that configuration, you need another flight controller, and those are like super expensive. Those start with around what 100 no no not 100 $150 or something.
Oh.
Okay, so those are very expensive. So I was like, okay, if I need to do beta flight, then I need to use this flight controller. If I need to do autonomous stuff, I need that flight controller. I was like, okay, that is not happening. Like too much. This is going too much expensive also. And those were also like and those were also like clones of something, something.
Yeah.
Because like they have been like obsolete from the manufacturers and. So I so I was like, okay, let's just do one thing. Okay, if I can make a board like which will support all of them, then it's fine, because they apparently they are running the same microcontrollers. So it is like the software is different, I guess. Hardware wise, nothing is gonna like differ that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ranesh, I just see Nico wants to join as well. Can I
Yeah,
just help him
sure.
with PCB? And then
Yeah, sure.
We should have a chat
Yeah.
one day, maybe like what we podcast, and we just chat about your whole drone experience and stuff. Because I think a lot of people are interested.
Sure.
So let's chat on Discord and organize a nice full-on session, if you would like.
Yeah, sure. I'm just sitting at home.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Thank you.
Bye. Hey, Nikhil.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Well, I have a few questions.
Yes. Hopefully, it's not difficult.
And I'm in high school, and
Yes,
I want to start from scratch.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you how to start to design many PCBs for your projects, just like a mini drones did, and which softwares are needed.
So for you, as a student, you can either get Altium or Altium you get for free for 6 months, I think. But for you, I'll just start with KiCad. Do you have KiCad installed or not? No. So I would. We have a video. I don't know if you saw our playlist about KiCad and all the tutorials or not. So if you go to our YouTube channel, let me find it. Kerry made a YouTube video of how to install KiCad and things like that. So I would start with KiCad.
Okay.
How much do you know about PC design?
Not so much, just like little things.
So you're in high school now. So you haven't studied electronics or anything?
I'm in 12th standard and I'm joining for college from next year.
Okay.
Just like from bachelor's in technology.
Oh, nice.
Join in computer science.
I would install KiCad, and then have you played around with Arduinos or ESP32s or have you built stuff on a breadboard?
On breadboard, I created not so much, but 1 to 2 projects on Arduino, just like a calculator, Bluetooth car.
Okay,
with the help of mini breadboards.
Yeah, so the best way will be like what you did there. Take it to a PCB. So you know a system that works. So you build a Bluetooth car, you said? Or what projects did you build?
Not so much, just like once I made on PCB.
Yeah. No, it doesn't have to be PCB. So sometimes it's best to just have built something on a breadboard, or you add Arduino with some wires. So a lot of people start like that with Arduino with the wires, and you've got some sensors.
Yeah, so sensors in just like Servo GG and that Servo 9G servo motor project on breadboard, respectively, from basics.
Yeah, but that's perfect.
Most of advanced.
Because all a PCB is, it's you taking an idea you had and with wires and stuff, and you're just making it much neater and much more compact. So if you already made that stuff, I would say take a project you've already done and try to make it on PCB. So whatever you've done, the servers, you can get the Arduino schematics from the internet as well. So you don't really need to know everything. And then start putting the schematic there, take it to the PCB, and then try to rebuild what you already rebuilt, because I think that was a good way to start, if that makes sense.
So which project I have to start from this? Can you tell me a basic project or PCB?
I'll try to start as simple as possible. If anyone out there,
because you are making some advanced projects and advanced designs on your YouTube channel, yes, that's very advanced.
I would not make an advanced project, to be honest with you. So rather keep simple at the beginning, because if you get something working, it gives you like motivation to push. But if you keep jumping to the most complex thing, it gets frustrating, because PC design can take long. It takes a lot of time to route and place components and stuff. So you really have to enjoy it. I don't know what you like, what your hobbies are. So I'm enjoying light at the moment. So I like playing with LEDs. So a simple project can be with LEDs, pushing a button, turning on LEDs, taking a voltage from 5 volts, stepping it down to 3 volts to power the LEDs. I enjoy playing with capacitance touch sensors. That's quite nice. There's a chip I use. What's your hobbies? Because it's always nice to do something that's
my hobbies is to in the research field, research on physics topics, and just like making some projects on some electronics.
But what at home would you like to have? So it's always nice to choose a project that will be helpful for you. It doesn't help you just.
I want to start from basics now, because everywhere I want, whenever I was on YouTube, that's many people that who creates big projects, no? On YouTube, that's very advanced and complicated. They don't tell any basics about it.
Because you'll notice most people just want to show off how smart they are. They don't want to do the basic stuff. But anyway, I'm just thinking. So I would start with maybe at Mega 328, like the Uno IC. Do you know Uno?
Mega 3, yes, I have Arduino.
Yeah, so you can use that schematic, and then maybe put a connector to move a servo motor with a switch and an LED. So I think that's a nice way to start, because then you're controlling an LED, you're controlling input with a button, and you're moving a servo motor. So that might be a nice way to start, and then build from there.
Basic.
Yeah, basic. So Ranesh says make a voltage divider. Yeah, you can do that with resistors. So if you have a battery input,
can I make a voltage converter that's converted 3.7 volts to 9 volts, and that's like a buck converter?
You can, if you want. What voltage you want to do? Boost or buck, up or down?
Run just to run 12 volts motors on it.
So you want to go 12 volts to 5 volts or 3 volts?
Yeah.
Yeah, do that. So you can use a DC jack, plug the DC jack in. There's different ICs you can use, LM stuff. Then you can take to 5 volts to 3 volts. Then you can maybe put on different LEDs depending on the voltage that's available. But I would just get started. And then you can try to read it, like Ranesh says.
My current project is this. I'm trying to make from the old TV transformer.
Yeah.
It's like and I want to make a high voltage arcs. High voltage arcs.
You're playing with fire.
No, that's.
What's the voltage you want to convert?
I'm also using a chalk of tube lights. It's tube light chalk.
Chalk.
Yes. I don't know its name, but I'm using it. In my city, it's called chalk of tube light chalk.
Oh, I don't know what that is. But you're talking about 12 volts, but now you're talking about transformers and.
It's the old TV transformers that you see.
What's the transformer ratio? Sorry, when you're breaking up a bit. So I just don't want you to start playing with high voltage on PCBs. That's a whole different level.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, it's also not that. So when you get to high voltage on PCB design, you're going to have to start worrying about your track width, your clearances, because the arcs can jump across. You can burn. It's not something I would advise if you're not totally comfortable with it. So rather start small. Rather go from the 12 volts DC to DC. The transformer, is it for AC to DC or?
So one thing about that, whenever it runs out 12-volt motors, I have a 12-volt battery. But but it will slows, means that motors not run very fastly, 250,000 RPMs.
Oh, what motor? Sorry, you're breaking up a bit. What motors you want to run?
Yeah.
I'm losing you. Is it my stream, guys, or?
1 second.
Yes, here we'll have a proper discussion with Ranesh. I'm going to organize a get together with him.
So I have to start from Arduino basics, just like to run a servo on breadboard and some mini small projects.
Yeah, so if you
LCDs,
yeah,
LCDs on breadboard.
So if you go to our YouTube channel, there's tutorials about KiCad. So how to install it, how to make a schematic, how to make a PCB. Have a look at that, install it, and then we can maybe tomorrow you can come back and we can once you have KiCad installed, we can go through it and I'll show you how to start the PCB design, how to take the Arduino schematic, put it on the board, and then I can help you like that if that will help.
Thank you for your advice.
Sorry?
Thank you for your advice.
No, sure, man. But just come back once you have, when you want help. So if you've got KiCad installed, you can come back like this. You can open KiCad and then we can have a look, make something.
I'll install it today. And come tomorrow.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to do this every day until next year. Okay. Cool, man. Thanks for joining.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Patrick, what do you mean joining? I'll send a link earlier for this StreamYard and yeah. Boom. Guys, please ask as many questions as you want. CUK, what's that? Great. So guys, so if you want to start PCB design, I would say take a project that you've done before. Please don't play with high voltages if you're not qualified. I know last time I said 240 volts can't kill you, and then Kerry complained at me because I'm not allowed to say that online, because if someone kills himself, I'm in trouble. So please don't play with high voltages. PCB digital electronics and high power electronics for PCBs are two different things. So please be very careful. Feels strange without music now. Does this times work for you guys? Like, should I start later? Should I start earlier? Just let me know. Yeah, we see it. We got new components. No, man, it should be like this. No, like this. No. Like that. Okay. So I'll delete all the bias. Delete. The only thing with the ESP is you need to have it on the corner. You don't. Does anyone know if the ESP32 will work through epoxy, the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth? Didn't think of that because we epoxy our electronics like this. So I wonder if the ESP32 Bluetooth Wi-Fi will come through. We'll soon find out. Hey, I already have a USB. What am I doing? Okay, I'm going to change some stuff, but it's fine. So it's not creating a Faraday's cage or something. But I just want to remove this. So I've got two USBs. So what I did was I added USB here. But what I think I'm going to do is because I also added a USB to charge my battery. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is this. Bidirectional. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to take this and take it to the outside world. So I can use it here to save, always save, that's always save. So I'm going to delete this. And I need to take out the, where's my charging circuit? I need to bring VBus also out in the real world. The VBus is already. That should be out. Because my VBus comes in from my USB and it should go out. Silly. Hey, thanks for the comment, man. Nice. How do I say it? If you have any questions, please just let me know. Okay, I want to take that out. So what I do now is I remove this because I just added something new. Synchronize. So I hope you guys can see what's happening. I keep bringing stuff out to the real world so I can make building blocks. So this green stuff I like to call building blocks. So I need to bring this out as well. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. So now we brought this out, so we just have to add it here. Hey, Nico. You come right with the installation of KiCad. And just find our tutorials. Channel playlists. I wonder if I can share the whole playlist. Can I? I don't think it matters which one you choose. Okay, and I think it's just look the one that says recommended. So I copied a link of our tutorials. So somewhere there, Kerry made a tutorial how to install KiCad, and she really breaks it down. How to create, yeah. There we go. Yeah, that one there is a link where how to install it. Oh, sorry, man. Oh, then take the Switzerland one. Okay. So you got download, yeah? And then you're running Mac or OS? Mac or OS, the same thing. Windows or Mac? Ah, I see. Just take the CERN. It doesn't say any recommended. I would just choose the top one. Oh, strange. Take the top one. And I can't see it being an issue. You haven't done it in a long time. But you're from India, right? So isn't that Asia? Or maybe this is better? I don't know. I think you can download anyone. It should not matter too much. It's exciting, man. You're going to design your first PCB. Yeah, I must be careful because I'm assuming some are Indians, and then then they're not, and then I feel bad. So I should rather ask first. Okay, I think now we all can. No. Guys, just a reminder, if you join our Discord channel, just hit thumbs up. You can't chat if you don't hit thumbs up. I see a lot of people are joining, but then they are not accepting the rules. Be nice. So that's it. So we got our D in, our USB. How happy. I was very happy. Very, very happy. No, there's nothing like it, but just be prepared for frustration. So first time right is you always manage to somehow screw it up. But to have an idea in your head, to bring it to life, that I can't explain. That's really cool. I hope everyone can feel that thing. So when you're sleeping at night, you have this idea, yeah, I want to make that NFC door lock where I walk in, I open, push my ring to it, the door opens, and you created it. It's really cool. Who? In many attempts. In how many attempts? It's a bit different though, because to be honest, I did my first PCB. I'm lying. It was part of my studies, where I was self-taught. But then that was with FPGA. That took a long time. I don't know, about 3-4 revisions. But then after that, I worked for a company where they trained me for PCB design. So then you have like a mentor. So then your mistakes do get less because they've got the experience. So in a company, when you do PCB design, you have many other engineers who help you, not to say the circuit, but design reviews. So you'll do the circuit, you'll be in a meeting, people look at design, you should have done this, pull up resistor should be this value for this reason. So it's a team, really a team thing. So I was very fortunate in that way. But yeah, I would say 3 to 4 times my first one with the FPGA, because you make mistakes that you didn't think about, inexperience. But you'll see, even now, I still make designs where I have to have a patch wire here, patch wire there. You miss things. You're human. It doesn't matter how experienced you are. But that's why I like to make these building blocks. So when I test it, I know this works. I don't have to worry about it. I can use this touch sensor, capacitive touch sensor in all the designs. I know it will work because I've tested it. So that's why I design for future. Hope that helps. But yeah, don't worry about failing, man. Just build, enjoy. I know it's frustrating because PCB design is not like software design where you can program at night and your program's not running, so you just keep trying. PCB design is, if you made a big mistake on your PCB, it's crap. It costs money. I love it, but it can be frustrating. So if you guys are busy with the design and you want some people to review it, up on our Discord channel, you can send your design there. There's people way better than me than PCB design on that channel with years of experience, and they will tell you, yeah, please have a look at this. Don't do it like this. So I think if you can, let a friend look at it, because 2 eyes are better than one, or you have 2 eyes. 4 eyes are better than 2. So yeah, I would say you're going to make mistakes. Deal with it. Just embrace it. Have fun. Just be careful, guys. So at once, these names needs to be changed. It worked. Sweet. What's frustrating about this IC is the plus and D minus. I'm having everything on one layer, and the D minus is actually like on the left, and D plus is on the right. Hey. So what you can do is just highlight. And then on the PCB, it should highlight all of it. And you know these should be together. So I just like to put it together just to my decoupling caps. Then I'm missing my voltage here. Cool, thanks, Nicole. So yeah, come back tomorrow, open your KiCad, and I'll help you. We can make your first ever PCB. And if you're in our Discord, just send us a message if you struggle tonight with it and can't wait till tomorrow. Like I said, there's a lot of people that can help you. What do I want to do now? I need to update it. I'll chat about rooms later. I should disable it. I don't want to use it. So your decoupling capacitors need to be as close as possible to your IC. Yeah, I can try and make it as neat as possible, as close as possible. It's all preference. So because this is a coaster and I have like text on top, I need to keep all my components on one level. So it changes it a bit. What's this? Cool. So the thing about this is DN plus is like left. It's not nice lines. But USB is normally differential pairs. So to do that in KiCad, we're going to add differential pairs on the right-hand side here. So we say add. We can go D plus, D minus, USB. And root interact different pairs. But it's quite slow USB this, so it's just good practice, but if it's not perfect, it's not going to be that much different. Can I go low? Yes. Just takes away the wire. Yeah, it's not, this will work. It's not neat, but it works. I don't know it works. So. Need to make this a bit thinner. So I would normally have my, that's why mine's differential. Nice, Nico. Sends a message. Thanks for joining, man. Please let us know if there's anything we can help with. I try to normally make the check width the same as this. No, don't worry, man. Whatever you want to get hold of, let's get hold of this. It doesn't matter. Great, so we've got that. Now for the ESP. Guys, be careful, make sure it's connected. So that was not connected. Interesting. So just make a good look that everything's connected. It's just because I knew that the transistors had to go to my I knew these transistors go to my ESP, and when I don't see this line, I got worried. The rat nest. There should be resistors here. Something's really up with this grid. Yeah, that looks about right. And you push L to go to a different layer. So L will go to the bottom. Just make sure this is correct. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of people who's interested in drones. So that's why I actually made a drone channel. I will chat to him about having a podcast with him, because I know there's a lot of people want to learn about drones and honestly don't know much. So it'd be nice for me to learn as well. This routing seems easier than I remember. So this circuit is quite big. So right click, find similar, so find all the big ones, and then I can make it smaller. See, my boss is phoning me. Be back, guys. Sorry, guys. There's some problems at work, and what happens when you're on leave. Cool, so I added the SP32. Where was I? I was just routing while on the phone. The bounce later because of copper pores. Oh, yo, it's been 2.5 hours already. So guys, if you want, please join me on stream if any other questions. Think later tonight I'm going to start building the drone. So many projects so little time. Luckily I'm on holiday all the time in the world. Files are massive. Can I design a small transmitter? So we just discussed about keeping it simple. When you start talking about transmission, you're going to have to start making antennas and RF. I'm just thinking how I can help you easiest. Sure. So when you don't do transmitting, you start doing radio frequencies. You've got antennas on your PCB, interference. I really think you should maybe just keep it simple and take steps and then work towards that. We can maybe make a small FM transmitter, or maybe make a transmitter that, like when you push a PlayStation remote. I don't know. I think Ranesh can answer that. I think it's just how fast the motor spins. So those DC motors they use, the RPMs are quite crazy. So yeah, the current is quite high. And it's light, so it's a very light with a lot of RPMs, and it just goes. But I don't know the full reason behind everything. I think I've got planes here, don't I? Yeah, I do. make this differential. No. No. Now we just get to the stage where we play connect the dots. So we were happy with our schematic. I think we added everything we wanted. And now we literally go get rid of the white rat nests. C32, what's that? So if we go there, push JC, dump component, C32. And then we see it is supposed to be at my ESP32. Because you see it will go straight where 3 volt 3 ground is. It doesn't care where, it just wants it. But I want it close to my ESP32. I should have deleted all the tracks. That was kind of overkill because these were rerouted. I normally just connect everything and then don't like how thin it is. So the manufacturer can make 0.2 millimeter thick tracks, but try to make it thick if you can. It's ugly. I'll make it prettier later. Hey, Krish, how are you doing? So all the ground, I just normally take a wire. How's your PCB going, Krish? Are you quite busy today? Oh. Do you still need help today? I'll probably call it soon. I think I'll be busy for another half an hour. So if there's any questions, guys, please let me know. I know Krish wanted to join me today, but I think he had some technical problems. Oh, noise. I'm just putting bars here. It just helps connecting to the ground because I've got I'll show you guys now. Okay, yeah, tools, polygons, restore. You can see I've got planes. So this blue plane is my battery, and then I've go to the top. That is my ground. So if I put a wire, I will connect to ground, or I'll connect to my battery, either or, depending what I choose. I just hide it so it helps. Seems like closing the post offices. We want to ship some stuff today, so I better get going. Don't know why default is so small. Don't like it so thin, actually. I should change the settings. So is there any more questions? I just got a notification that Monday our post office seems to going to stop, and we have some Christmas presents to ship today, so I better get going. Any other questions, guys? I'll be back tomorrow again to help Nicole. Christian, I also wanted to help. So let's organize a time where everyone's available. I'll probably still start at this time at 12 o'clock. It's a Saturday, so I don't know if it's better or worse. Let me know in Discord what time suits you guys. Yeah. And then I will speak to Mr. Hornet about our podcast about the drones. I think it'll be quite interesting. Great, guys. I hope it helped. I hope at least if I helped one of you guys, it's good enough for me. So have a fantastic day. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Yeah, get those questions ready. So think about projects you want to do, and I will try to help you as much as I can. Yeah, so the music's off. Okay, guys, have a good day. I'm going to go do some grown-up stuff now. I wish I can do this whole day, but apparently not. Apparently you have to grow up sooner or later and do grown-up stuff. Guys, have a fantastic day. Until next time. Bye.